For quite some time, we've seen the efficacy of search diminishing as inventory. More people sort of turn to it. They're bidding up inventory on keywords. So we wanted to see if by using Primer and narrowing the focus of who sees our AdWords ads, could we increase the efficiency of our search budget? And it turns out we've got some early indicators today that we can. So I want to walk you through this A/B test that we did of Primer, of our SEM AdWords targeting with Primer audiences versus without Primer audiences. Our hypothesis entering this was that Google doesn't allow you to apply firmographic targeting on top of keywords, right? So it doesn't allow you to narrow who sees your ads, what search results your ads end up in, based on the size of the company that the searcher works for. However, with Primer, when you build audiences, you can filter to make sure that the audience meets exactly your ICP, sync that over into Google, and then within Google, only serve your search ads to people within that audience. Our hypothesis was that we're going to narrow the universe of impressions that our AdWord ads get dramatically. We're going to see a lot fewer clicks. We're going to see really much higher CPAs, but we'll see down funnel higher conversion rates. And that was sort of our hypothesis entering this test. So we kicked this off towards the end of last year, and it's taken me a while to analyze the results. But long story short, we set up two groups: unbranded keywords. So we bid on things like B2B marketing with no audience, and then branded keywords, unbranded keywords where we applied our Primer audiences into the targeting of the ad set and the campaign inside of AdWords. So it sort of ended up looking a little bit like this. You can see here search branded keywords, unbranded keywords, Primer audiences, and then unbranded keywords, Primer audiences. We're also running this test with YouTube display and with our branded keywords in addition to unbranded keywords. The results were really, really interesting and aligned really closely to our hypothesis, except for the fact that we ended up spending more, not less, unfortunately. So for the little 2-week period we ran the test with a relatively lightweight budget, for the ad set without any Primer audiences to narrow the targeting, we had 4x more impressions, dramatically more clicks, way higher interaction rate, and a way lower CPC. All these upper funnel metrics look so much better for allowing Google to control who sees our search ads, as opposed to trying to narrow the control. That being said, once we go a step further down the funnel, we saw that traffic converted at a fraction of the rate, 0.2% versus 5%. We saw half as many form submits. We saw that none of the form submits, and again, this data is, the sample volumes here is quite low. We saw that none of the form submits were qualified, whereas they were with Primer, and and the form submit we got actually converted to an opportunity. So it was 100% conversion rate to opportunity, and it ended up being a 4.5x return on ad spend. So dramatic difference in ROAS. We've got to keep running this test and try to improve it to get sample size that's higher. But I think our takeaways are that upper funnel metrics, vanity metrics around optimizing campaigns are deceiving, right? CPC is not something. If we were optimizing for CPC, we would have shut down this campaign, our primer audiences based campaign, almost immediately. We definitely need to improve the interaction rate to drive the CPC lower and to increase the volume. But the leading indicators, that you traditionally look at can be deceiving, because our audience targeting, our ICP is so focused. We kind of, what we're seeing is that the not narrowing, because who we want to go after is so specific as a B2B business. Not narrowing Google with B2B filter criteria, like employee size, like title, etc., leads to a lot of wasted traffic and a lot of wasted ad spend. We basically spent $1,100 for no return, and you never like to see that. So using the primer audiences, even though it cost us more, it at least got us a positive return, a very positive return on ad spend, and there's an opportunity for us to improve the efficiency of this campaign by boosting the interaction rate through better ad copy and better landing pages. So that's going to be our next step, is to keep running this campaign, work to decrease the CPC and up the interaction rate, and then increase the volume, because obviously, we want to get a decent volume, not have, and maintain the same conversion rate. Overall though, this is like a pretty cool way to make your AdWords a budget more effective, just by focusing it on people that are pre-qualified, that fit within your ICP, and taking a little bit of the control outside of Google's hands for who they serve ads to. Because after all, it's in an ad platform's best interest to get as many CPMs as possible, as many clicks as possible, because ultimately that's what you're paying for. You're not paying them for the return on ad spend. You have to do the hard work to calculate that yourself, and you should. And if you do, you'll see that taking a more focused approach will yield you better results and a better ROI.